So you guys know this for the most part, if you guys know me. I actually grew up here in San Diego. My mom had me at 16 years old. I was a badass kid, knucklehead kid, OCD kid, ADHD kid, fucked up kid, wild ass kid. I was the only kid in my kindergarten that could not sit still. If you haven't noticed, I still can't sit still. You feel me? So I don't know if when the principal's complaining, like they bragging or they complaining. So I remember being in kindergarten, and I remember being with the nurse, the principal was there, the vice principal was there, my mom and my stepdad were there, the teacher was there, and I had to go sit in the corner, and they were saying like, your son needs to be on drugs, he needs to be on medications because he's too hyperactive, he has a chemical imbalance. So I was fucked up as a kid, elementary school, I struggled. I talk about how there was about 25 kids in the elementary school, and I had my own cubicle like right here in the corner. So I used to face the wall while the teacher used to talk to all the kids. That's how fucked up I was. 6th grade, I'm about to leave junior high. I'm about to go to, I'm leaving elementary school, about to go to junior high. And I just found this out. I had the bottom 5% test scores in the state of California, the ASAT test or whatever. So I was slow, fucked up and shit, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a folio. Anyways, I became an athlete. Okay, I became an athlete. I wrestled, I played football, I excelled in sports. I used some of that energy towards good. And long story longer, became captain of my team. I ain't that good. My business partner, my old business partner, walking around here somewhere, he won state twice. I was like number 4 in the city, you know what I mean? I fuck a motherfucker up, you know? The thing is Drake, it's Kendrick. Well, when I grew up, it was Tupac, you feel me? And when I grew up, it was don't be a menace. It was blood in, blood out. It was American Me. It was all that gangster shit, right? So I wanted to be a gangster. I went to the surfer school. I hated the surfer school. I didn't fit in, so I'm like, okay, they don't like me, but they're gonna respect me. So I was like the little Asian Mexican vato in UC high school, and that's what I did. So they never liked me at school, but during the parties on Fridays and Saturdays, I'll show up 20 deep. Listen to Mac 10 in my Geo Metro, you know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. And when you want to live that life, you go to jail, or worse, you go to the graveyard. Long story longer, I walked out of high school as a 2-time felon, was never a bad person. I just remember being about 14, 15, and I remember I met some OGs in the hood that I knew, and they're like, yo, we got the play. They used to call me Little Michael, because I was always like one of the youngest ones. They had a play in the hood, and they're like, we got a beautiful idea. I was like, what is it? They're like, what we're doing is going down to La Jolla, Mission Beach, PB, and we're pulling up on people at night, and we're taking their fucking backpacks and taking their bags, and we're fucking bouncing. I was like, that's a great fucking idea. I was like, I need to do that. That's a good fuck. I used to work at McDonald's. So I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna go do that. So I walked into high school as a 2-time felon, was never a bad person. My family did not raise me like that. I'm not trying to condone that, or I'm not trying to make it ghetto fabulous, but that's what it was. So now let me fast forward a little bit more. My 20s, I got into corporate. I became a president out of college. Who knew they don't do background checks? Crazy. Okay, and I maxed that out, met Mr. Grant Cardone when I was 29 years old. I learned how to sell, then I became really good, then I became great, then I became fucking like damn near, no disrespect, I believe in Jesus Christ, but I got to the point where I could damn near walk on water in sales and closing. And then I started a business in my early 30s, I made $1 million my first year, signed up Conor McGregor, Patrick Bet-David, who's worth about $500 million, Solar City. We signed up about like 8 out of the 12 UFC champions. And I'm talking about me personally, I did this with my own hand. So back then I was like shady. Today he's not shady, he just looks shady. So I'm just saying, like he got the hoodie on and all that. So the reason why I tell you that story, I learned one thing that changed my fucking life. I learned how to sell and close deals. I learned how to find problems, provide solutions to get paid. And I'm telling you, that one thing turned me into a multimillionaire. Okay, I did some dumbass shit over the weekend. Went to New York City, spent $42,000 on Louis Vuitton, spent $42,000 at fucking the Diamond District, spent a whole bunch of other fucking money. And I'm not saying that money is everything. You want to write this one down. Money is not everything, but it's the best way to keep track of the score. You understand what I'm saying? Money buys freedom. So everything I know about sales and closing is in that program. I don't give a fuck if you're in solar. I don't care if you have a restaurant. I don't care if you have a coffee shop or you're doing high ticket. If you can sell and close deals the way I could sell and close deals, you can have the life you want. So everything I know about sales and closing is in that program. The cool thing about that is that not only have I done it, but my system processes have been duplicated. Trey Toner. This gentleman right here, that big old white boy in the back that looked like a polar bear, okay? He looked like an overweight, bigger G-Eazy. It's crazy. Anyways, this young man is 21 years old. He makes over 70 grand a month. That's his Lamborghini, not my Lamborghini, that's his. Mine's are in the shop. That's his Lamborghini. He makes about $70,000 in a freaking month. And once upon a time, he came through the Closer Academy. You heard me talk about people like Casey Cox and Louis Torres. They all came through the Closer Academy. Miguel, my fitness friend, they all came through the Closer Academy. Yes, sir. What did they start selling? You know about El Cajon Boulevard, what they used to do back in the day? You know. He was selling his booty, what you mean? He was selling high ticket offers. Just, coaching. But it doesn't have to be that. You understand? Okay, so before we get into it, usually when I do these live things, I do a lot of mindset tuning. Okay, the reason why I do a lot of mindset tuning, I know that it is more, bless you, I know it is more important for me to teach you how to become that person than teaching you that thing. It's more important for me to teach you how to think, move, and operate like a multimillionaire than actually teach you how to sell and close deals. Let's do some mindset tuning real quick, and I gotta say one last thing. I've been on the other side of the train tracks. I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican. I don't care if you're straight or gay. I don't care if you're Muslim or Christian. If you're good people, I fuck with you. It's my passion and purpose to help those off the left behind. I've been overlooked, underpaid. I've been fucking cheated. I've been underappreciated, and barely I started to break through. So I love to help people that haven't quite even got the gold yet. I deal with 7-figure earners, 8-figure earners. I love everybody, and people that are just starting and everybody in between. But I'm like for the underdog. That's who I serve. Okay. So that said, in about 4 minutes, we're gonna get into the material, but we're gonna do some mindset tuning. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Okay. Okay. So here I'm gonna give you guys a quick poem. You're gonna have to keep up. Okay. This is where you want to take notes. Okay. So here's my poem I'm gonna give y'all, and it goes like this. Okay. It sounds better when I rehearsed it. It sounds like this. And it goes like this. Believing, 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 you will be living what you believe in, even though you will be lying. Anything you tell yourself about a future-based outcome, you made it up. So if you tell yourself that people love to pay you, you made it up. If you tell yourself that people don't like to pay you, you made it up. So if you're gonna make up stories about your future, doesn't it make sense to make up stories that serve you versus stories that do not? I'm gonna go like this. Believing, believing, believing. You will be living what you believe in, even though you will be lying. Anything you tell yourself about a future-based outcome, you made it up. So if you tell yourself that people like to pay you, you made it up. If you tell yourself that people don't like to pay you, you made it up. So if you're gonna make up stories about your future, doesn't it make sense to make up stories that serve you versus stories that do not?
Correct.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
For sure. Yeah.
I have a date night on Thursday with my wife. We've been together 15 years, okay? We've been like finding like cats and dollars, so I'm like, fuck it, let's do a date night, shit. Okay, so now we just put this together like an hour ago, smart. That man must be married. Okay, so I just put this together like an hour ago. So now I'm telling her we're about to go to Steak 48. It's going to be bomb.com. I hit up my boy Alex, that's the general manager. He's going to take care of us. He's going to get us right. We already got the sitter locked down. We're going to pull up in the supercar. It's going to be off the fucking chain. That hasn't happened yet. Like, it hasn't happened yet. What if I went, my boy called in sick? What if I went, they lost my reservation? What if I went and I got a flat tire? What if I went,
who cares?
who gives a fuck? Who cares? If I'm gonna make up stories about my future, doesn't it make sense to make up stories that serve me versus stories that do not? That's what I'm telling y'all. So everything you have right now starts internal, then it comes external. What does that mean? Once upon a time, I'm a broke ass dude paying rent late, and I'm telling my wife, I'm telling everybody that would listen to me, we're gonna drive Lamborghinis. We're gonna become big time CEOs. We're gonna become multimillionaires. We're gonna have a fucking mansion. We're gonna do this, 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 and this. And everyone's like, you tripping, you crazy. Manifestation.
In the universe.
But if I'm gonna make up stories, doesn't it make sense to go that way versus like the bullshit way? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'll be honest with you. I'm a straight up sales dude. I like to close deals. I like the sport. I like to hunt. I was closing deals live today for another offer, whatever. but I don't talk about sales that much live. So like when you pull up, I'm usually not talking about sales because there's so much of the material already in the academy. So today, what we're gonna talk about is this. It's called, ladies and gentlemen, it's called a deep dive into question-based selling. The difference between amateur and professional. Okay, we're gonna get into this right here. This was issued today. No one's ever seen this before, okay? No one's ever seen this. So here we go, let's get into this. This is an article by one of my mentors, Mr. Tom Hopkins. If you don't know Tom Hopkins, he's the mentor to another one of my mentors, Hector Lamarck. He's also mentor to another one of my mentors, Grant Cardone. This guy flipped the entire thing in sales, and what he did was start asking questions. Okay, Ted, I keep muting you, bro, that's me. Just unmute when you talk, fam. So this is an article by him. I didn't write this, he wrote this. Close Sales with Leading Questions by Tom Hopkins. And we're gonna get through this part quick. What are leading questions? I'm gonna read this. And it says, leading questions are questions that help you steer the conversation to the information that helps you determine if your product is right for your client. These questions guide and convince. Most salespeople are tempted to tell their buyers to believe instead of asking questions that allow the buyers to come up with their own beliefs about the product. The difference is subtle but important. So anyways, listen, I'm gonna give you a quick example. I'm a car dealer, I'm a car salesman. You need a new car. That car you have is old. You need to actually upgrade your car. You're at the point right now where like that car you have is 10 years old. You need to get this car. In that instance, I'm telling you, people don't like that. That's why we have a disdain for salespeople traditionally in America, because somebody did something to you that was pushy and it make you feel good. You're at the mall, they're like, hey, smell this, smell this, smell this. You're like, nope. You're at the retail store, like, hey, can I help you look for something? You're like, nope. Someone's knocking on your door trying to sell you solar. You're like, absolutely not. So we don't do that shit. We don't really tell people. We ask questions to get people to come to their own determinism, their own consideration, why something is good for them, okay? So for example, I'd be like, hey, Mrs. Jones, so you mentioned you're looking for a new car, outstanding. Okay, and what is going on? Oh, your family's growing, congratulations. So is it fair to say you're looking for a new car because you want, like a bigger size SUV? Okay, outstanding. And then are you looking for something more affordable, or are you looking something like, more luxurious? What's better for you? Okay, great, you're looking for something more affordable. Absolutely. So like, let me ask you a question. If I could show you a truck, a car, an SUV that is bigger than what you got now, it's affordable, comes with all the bells and whistles, you'd be open to actually getting a new vehicle today. Am I right? You see the difference? Right? I asked questions to go to the same conclusion, but I did it through question-based selling versus telling. So it goes like this. Let's say I'm in the fitness space, and I would simply say, what are your fitness goals? I'm gonna start there. I want to lose 10 pounds of body fat. That's the response. Okay, good. You wanna lose 10 pounds. I got that. Listen, let me ask you a question. What have you tried in the past that has worked? What have you tried in the past that hasn't worked? Well, when I was working out, it worked. But when I stopped working out, it didn't work. Okay, cool. I totally get that. So did you reach out to me today because you're not right on task, or you haven't reached your fitness goals and where you want to be, right? And they're gonna say yes. Okay. So like, and again, I'm kind of improv here, but I would respond. So if I had a program, I'm a fitness trainer now. If I had a program that can get you the results you want, it was affordable, and you felt like it could work for you, would you be open to the idea of working with me today? What would be the opposite of that? You need a trainer. You need accountability. You need to do this. Here, I'm saying the same thing, but through question-based. You see the difference? Right? Breaking down the walls, baby. Okay, listen, let me ask you another question. Here's another example. So, question. I'm a financial planner now. What are you doing, sir? Ma'am, what are you doing, for your financial planning? Okay, I've tried this, I tried that, didn't work, not sure, whatever. Okay, so my response would be, so is it safe to say you haven't been satisfied with your financial planning in the past? What are they gonna say? They're gonna say yes. The opposite would be me telling them, okay? Let me finish this article. By asking questions rather than by spewing facts, figures, and details about your products, you will engage buyers rather than pushing them away. Gently lead and guide buyers toward your way of thinking. My way of thinking may be you need a new car. My way of thinking may be you need a new financial advisor. I'm guiding them to that through my questions, okay? By making statements regarding your product or service, then tying them down with tie-down questions such as, isn't it? Don't you agree? Wouldn't you? Hey, if I can get you in the car of your dreams and it was affordable and the monthly payment was no problem and I broke down all the process, you would be open to the idea of getting a new car today, wouldn't you? Okay, are y'all tracking? Yeah. Everybody good? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip this because we already did that. Okay. It says, think about the answers you need to determine if your buyer is qualified to own your product, and then craft the questions that will lead the discussion in that direction. No one likes to be asked questions that they don't know the answers to. Make your buyers feel important and intelligent for speaking with you, intelligent for speaking with you, and you will turn more of them into satisfied clients. I didn't write this, that's Tom Hopkins. Okay, just a little overview on who created this question-based selling. Okay, so now the Academy is a shit ton of materials, we know. It takes forever to get through it. It's a lot. There's important, out of everything on appointment setting, there is one training, there is one mastermind, there is one policy that could sum up appointment setting. So now this comes from High Ticket Masterclass 5.2, Maintaining Guided Communication Recap from HT Masterclass 5.2. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to maintain guided communication. Here's an illustration from you, from 5.2, copy and paste. So when you're hanging out with your homegirl, you're hanging out with your homeboy, you're like at the UFC fight, you're about to watch Canelo, you're shooting the shit. It's just casual conversation. Who do you think's gonna win? Why? Yeah, Garcia got popped for steroids. So how do you think? You're just shooting the shit. In a sales cycle, however, you're not shooting the shit. It's guided. It's very guided. So I'm gonna break down this guide in just a second, okay? So what you need to do with question-based selling is you need to maintain guided communication. It says, get in the habit of asking questions you know the answer to. Imagine you called the freaking, office manager because you got a toothache. Now you show up the next day for your appointment. You finally meet the doc and he says, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Barron, Mrs. Hoffman, hey, listen, I seen your file. I seen the phone call. It sounds like you have a toothache. Am I hearing correctly? Okay, gotcha. And it also sounds like it's been going on for about 2 days, right? Okay, I understand that. And it also sounds like when you drink like cold beverages, water, juice, whatever, it's even worse. Okay, totally understand that. So based on what I'm hearing, and I'm gonna review the x-rays with you right now, it seems like you might have A, B, and C. Okay, the doctor's already asking questions he or she knows the answer to. You guys got that? Now on the prospect side, or on the person that you're closing, they're gonna say, this guy gets it, this gal gets it, okay? Watch this, there is a magical phenomena. This magical phenomena, doing that, asking questions that you already know the answer to, it tears down walls and it lets prospects know you understand their situation and you get it. We've been to doctors that didn't fucking listen. We've been to the dentist's office where you're like, I don't believe I need that doesn't sound right. You've been to a dentist where he said you needed a crown and you got a second opinion and then you only needed a filling. This GTR, I went there, they said I need a brand new turbo. So I'm like, nah, they're out there fucking mine. They sent me an invoice for $36,000. It's on my desk right now. And I was like, nah, that ain't right. I went to another place, they're like, Mike, I'm sorry. Happens all the time. I know you went to Massey Nissan in San Diego, the Nissan dealership, but what people don't understand is sometimes even the dealership, the Nissan company itself will even rip you off. And I get that. Don't worry, you're in good hands. How do you think that made me feel? It made me feel fucking comfortable.
Understand what they
These
need.
guys get it. You understand? Okay. It says you need to visualize there's two of you. This is all for 5.2. You need to visualize there's two of you. It says one that the prospect is with side by side. Okay. All right. And it says another miles ahead clearing the path. Okay. So this is me. My name is Mike. This is my prospect, Ashley. I here with you side by side. Okay. We're not on the opposite side of the negotiation table. We're on the same side. There's another guy named Mike right here with the broom. And what this dude is doing is he's sweeping the path. Okay, he's actually asking questions. He's dropping little pieces of cheese so that way they can take the bait. But we don't lie, we don't deceive, we don't cheat, we don't rip fucking people off, we don't play that punk shit. We don't do none of that. This guy's been working on the fucking logo. This guy's been trying to launch his business. I wear a lot of hats here. I do everything. So as soon as I hear that, I'm like, okay, this guy got a problem. Because my shit's all automated. I'm not scheduling no Uber in New York City. I'm not scheduling no hotel. I'm not closing no deals. I'm not doing payroll. I'm not even doing my social media posting. I'm not responding to DMs, even though some of y'all think it was me. It wasn't. I'm sorry. But you got me now, just saying, okay? It's all automated, so I know that's what I got. So I know that this guy could use that. So instantly, just through asking questions, I'm like, okay, here's how I can help the cat. So I'm gonna start guiding him. Hey bro, it sounds like you're doing a little bit of everything, man. You know, you're doing probably pretty much everything. Am I hearing you correctly? Versus saying you're doing too much, you need a team, you need to delegate. I asked the question to guide him to that. Do you understand? And then that somehow, some magical way, that turns into like $75,000. You see what I'm saying? It's lethal. And I got to be a professional, but I'm proving a point here. I already know. I need like 5 seconds. I already know what the guy needs. It's quick. Okay. If you guys understand what I'm saying, this fucking lethal. Okay, Jaffa, you know what it is, and that's what we do as professionals. We help people that, make decisions that are good for them. That's what we're doing here. We're helping people make decisions that are good for them. Okay, right, and I guide them through my questions. You just seen it. Yes. You can click that full link later. Okay, so it says, and I'm gonna cover this illustration. And so it says, control the flow of communication in demo. We must have about 25 people on the floor. We have a couple people virtually. You guys wouldn't know it, but there's about 100 people on our team. When I say there's about 40 people in the Philippines, there's 40 people in the Philippines. They got a big old party out there and all that. They all think I'm their daddy and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They're like, you put no yeah. I'm like, I'm a rasa, fool. Okay. Anyways, so now when I deal with some of the new guys, you'll see that the prospect will take control of the conversation, right? Okay, cool, what's the price? How do I do it? Well, what's the guarantee? What's this and this? So yeah, you don't seem too certain. Where's Mike at? And you see the new kid that's just like, yes.
Yeah, especially like with.
There's a question in person.
With selling, one of the things that I noticed is like with selling to people who might be familiar with sales.
Yeah.
Happens a lot.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you're in control.
Right. Yeah. So the question is, or the comment was, especially we're dealing with people that are familiar with sales, and it could almost be like a battle for control. You have to maintain that level of control, right? So I didn't plan on talking about this, but I'm gonna talk about this. It says, control the flow of communication during, control the communication in demo. Here's how you do it. You acknowledge the origination. So the origination is what he or she says. I don't want to meet you because I need to know the price first. Because the last thing they don't say this part, but the last thing that happened, this didn't fucking work. So how do I know this is going to work? They originated something. In a perfect world, I'm going to go from here to here. To all you little fools that be on Tinder and all that shit, from a perfect world, you want to go from here to the close. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I was a little fool too, I'd be on Tinder right now. Stop playing with me. But it don't go like that. There's some originations. Okay? And what happens is, they start originating, they start saying, what's the guarantee? Or what's this? Or how do I know it's gonna work? Or it's way too much money, okay? And what they do is they get lost in the woods. But in a perfect world, we're gonna go from point A to point B, okay? Jordan Belfort, and I'm not like a Jordan Belfort student, he calls it straight line theory. And he wants this person here to stay on this straight line to the close. Because in a perfect world, they're like, I like it. I love it. Wow, there's a lot of benefits. Perfect. What is the payment plan? Dude, let's do it in a perfect world. But that's not, you don't get that. We call that a lay down. They're going to originate something. So what you do is you acknowledge that origination. How do I know it's gonna work? You're like, how can I trust you? You acknowledge it. Dude, I got that. I totally understand that. And you redirect them back to the dotted line. Totally got that. Okay, most people have that same concern. Okay, let me ask you a question. So you acknowledge it and redirect them back there. And we're dealing with human beings, so nobody fucking judge me, because some people already judge me in the room. They're like, yeah, he talking too fucking crazy, saying bad words and all this crazy shit. What you do is you acknowledge the communication, you return them back, and if you ask a question, it's almost like a fucking, this is where you guys are gonna judge me, it's almost like a dog that sees a tennis ball. They're like, and they forget. I'm telling you. So let me ask you a question, Mike. If you're so good about the Inner Circle program and it's $75,000, if you're that confident, so why don't we just do it for free? Okay, I'll pay for the build out fee and then we'll do a rev share. You'll make more money on the back end if we just do a rev share. Dude, I love that. Most people would elect to do that. But you know, the truth is that there's a lot of exchange in IP. You get our funnels, you get our sales process, you get our back end process, and there's so much stuff. And one thing I found, if you're like not committed in it, you have no skin in the game, most people don't commit. But let me ask a question. Now I'm getting them back like the tennis ball. Now let me ask you a question. Okay, so you said you're making 6 figures right now? Good. How serious, not curious, are you about getting to $250,000 a month? Like on a scale from 1 to 10. I'm a 10, Mike. Okay, good. So if I could so I already got them off of that origination.
Yeah,
I redirected them. I'm not trying to trick them, I'm acknowledging, hey, listen, I totally get that. I would do the same thing.
that's all they want is acknowledgement.
That's what they want. And just because you acknowledge them doesn't mean you necessarily agree. Hey, I got your concern. I like the Buffalo Bills. They're the best team ever. I understand. I gotcha. But let me ask you a question though. Have you seen the New England Patriots? And they're off. Okay, so don't get lost in the woods. What I do, I saw a hand in the back. Hold that for a second. What I do, without being rude, if I have a person, it's called vomiting. I'll go like this, real quick, and hit them right in the fucking throat, real quick. Let me ask you a question, real quick. Well, the thing is, I was gonna do this before, but I talked to Willie a year ago, and dude, hold on, time out, real quick. I'll even say time out sometimes. Okay, that's phase 2. Real quick, let me ask you a question. Was there a question in the back?
Yeah, I just had a quick one. So when you say that they give you an objection, you're going through the close, and you guys get the objection.
It's not even an ejection.
No, an objection.
Okay, like in the close.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you get the objection. You go back to the original statement and then rehash it and take it back to the closing cycle.
So if I'm handling objection, it'd be a little bit different. Okay, so the question was, if we got an objection, would you like rehash that? Is that what you're saying?
Right, like it's too much money, I can't do it.
Dude, it's too much money. Totally got that. Okay, cool. Just for one moment. Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, it is a lot of money. We can agree on that, correct? Okay, good. So let's just put that aside. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I showed you a lot today. Do you feel like what I showed you, do you think I was bullshitting, or do you think I was being like open and honest to you?
I feel like it's 50-50.
50-50? Okay, good. What part was it that wasn't 100%? So now it's a whole different thing. Now I got to go make it real. Okay, because the ejection that it's too much money is not even real no more. You get it? Because you don't believe it. So I have to go handle that.
Right.
Correct. Right. You have a background in sales and closing? What do you do? Solar?
I did direct TV in 18 when I was 18.
Okay. When's the last time you did that?
3 years ago.
Okay, good.
I still do sales right now. I do the Obama phones.
What is the Obama who?
The Obama phones?
Obama phones. Oh, the Obama phones. Okay.
Government phones?
Shit, I need an Obama phone. What's good? You know what I'm saying? I need some, you know what I'm saying? I need some clout. I'm got an Obama phone, motherfuckers. I'm real.
It's a product.
It's a product. So because it's not, okay, let's just say it is too much money. And I don't want to get off track. So sir, it's a lot of money. We can agree on that, right? Absolutely. And it's probably like, I wanted information. I wasn't planning on making a decision today, and now you're asking for $15,000. And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what? I was just looking for information. You kind of feel that way?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm asking questions I already know the answer to. So in that event, I would put that away, and I'd do what we did in COVID. I'd quarantine that thing. And then I'd go through a checklist of, you feel like I've been open and honest? Yes. You feel like the cases I showed you were real, or you think those were paid actors? Okay, good. You feel like they were real. You also feel like, you and I would have a good working relationship. I already know the answer. They're gonna say yes. They'll say, do you feel like, if we did this, it can actually work for you? They're gonna say yes. So the only thing holding you back is this lot of money, correct? So now what I'm doing is isolating that one objection to that one thing. So now if I handle that, then we're Gucci. So I gotta isolate to that one thing, okay? Whether it's fear, whether it's money, whether it's the spouse, whatever the fuck, I always need to think about it. I would put that aside, and then I would handle that one thing. So there's a million different ways I can handle that one thing.
So
I could,
my previous question.
yeah.
You get the objection that you got the objection, you go straight to the straight line close. What is that necessarily? What are you just going straight asking? Because you said that's not a lay down.
No, I gotta do my whole presentation. Okay, so I'm gonna do my introduction. Yeah, I'm doing my introduction. I'm still doing my fact finding. I'm still doing my presentation or demonstration. I'm still doing my test close. I'm still doing my close. But
Going back to the process.
yeah, so here's my whole process. Here's some fact finding, or excuse me, here's an introduction. Here's some fact finding. Here's my presentation, which is the long part. Here's my test close. And what I'm saying throughout this whole process, they're gonna be like, hold on, wait, Mike. This looks like it's a lot of money, man. It is a lot of money. But let me ask a question. Are you worried about like how much it costs or what you can actually produce with this? And then through that question, I'll bring them back here. Okay, you guys tracking what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go. So we're still in 5.2 as a recap. Okay, this whole thing is talking about maintaining guided communication. Okay, so what are we doing here? Talk with people, not at people. You don't want to, one person talking and I'm just like this, rah. You want to talk with people, and the way you do that is you ask questions. Does that make sense? Great. Yeah. Okay, cool. It says maintain duplication and good indicators throughout the presentation. So what that means is if they want to grow their gym and they actually want to get leads and they want to grow their business, and I'm showing them exactly how to do it because that's what I do, and their arms are folded and they look pissed off, they look upset, that's not duplication. That's the opposite. Okay, I want to go to the Lamborghini dealership. I want to get the brand new Lamborghini Rivolto. Like, I'm pumped up, I'm qualified, and the guy's showing it to me. I should have good indicators. I should be like, dude, that's sweet. Damn, that's better than the SVJ. Damn, that's better than the Aventador. I should be duplicating. Okay, so you want to maintain duplication throughout the presentation. How do we do that? It says ensure the prospect understands what you're presenting. Okay, at each level. When I say this thing has 1,000 horses, make sure they actually understand that. When I say this thing has bulletproof tires, make sure they actually receive that communication. It's not like, okay, that's not duplication. How do you do that? It says prompt a response. Does that make sense? What are your thoughts on this? So there have been times where I'm talking to a gym owner and I'm showing them how I generated like $2 leads, and launching a campaign. It's been 24 hours and I'm not really getting what I want. I'm like, dude, we generate leads right now for Fit Pros for $2 through Facebook ads, man. What are your thoughts on that? If I don't get what I want, like, it's cool, then I need to go back in, I need a loop. But what I need is the duplication, like, dude, that's sick. Okay? You gotta go through 5.2 for more in depth. This is all about question-based selling. This is just a recap. Literally copy and pasted this from 5.2. Okay, let me give you this part right here. It says maintain duplication, good indicators. We just said that. It says get in real communication and listen. Real communication. No fake acknowledgments, no like, like literally. Say what you gotta say. Make sure they receive your communication. When they send a line of communication back, actually stop and don't wait for your next thing you need to say. Receive that communication in full, okay? Acknowledge it in full, okay? Listen in full, and then respond appropriately. Okay? Cool? Easy? Here's the new shit. Here's the new shit now. Here's the new shit. Okay, this is the new stuff. 12 ways to maximize question-based selling. 12 ways. Okay? I got an event in Lamborghini in 2 hours. About to go see the new Urus. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. Who knew they had a new Urus? I just got an invite. Yeah, so look at my stories tonight. So now, what did I tell you? Tom Hopkins is the godfather of question-based selling. I have adopted this method of closing deals, not telling, asking questions to guide people to kind of like what I want them to, like come to. Okay, he's the guy who created this. What am I telling you? In 5.2, we touch on a little bit about this. Right here now, I'm gonna give you the new material. It says 12 ways to maximize question-based selling. Okay, number 1. Okay, note takers and money makers. So I'm just saying. Okay, where your notes at? Okay, you got a couple notes. Okay. There is a basic truth in sales. Okay, here's the first bar. It says, if I say it, they tend to doubt it. They should say but if they say it, it's true. The new Rivalto is better than the Aventador. I said that, okay? Mike, your GTR is gonna get replaced and you need to replace it. If I say it, they doubt it. But if they say it, it's true. Hey Mike, let me ask you a question. Your GTR, that is a performance-based vehicle, it's a track car, and you have the Nismo badge. You want to maintain the performance, don't you? Fuck yeah. Okay, good. So let me ask you a question. If your turbos were going out because the oil's spilling inside, I mean, that'd be something you want to handle right away so that it does not become a bigger problem. Is that right? I mean, yeah, of course, absolutely. Okay, good. So if that was the situation with your car, you want to get this handled, I imagine, as soon as possible. Correct? Okay, that is correct. Great. So this is what we found when we popped open the hood. Do you see the difference? If they tell me, I doubt it, but if I say it's true, and the way I say it is because they asked the right questions. You get the idea? Correct, and I already know the answer. The key is to take any statement of fact and see how you can turn it into a question. The statement of fact in this case is you need to replace your turbos on your GTR. That's like right out there. That's the statement of fact. The statement of fact is you need to lose weight before your brother's wedding on August 14th. That's the statement of fact. So how do we take a statement of fact and turn it into questions? So now, if we had a program that held you accountable and we had a clear-cut guide of how to actually lose a dress size before August 14th, and I held your hand along the way, and I didn't starve you because I don't want to starve you, and we put you in a program where you're not working out 100 hours a day, 7 days a week, and of course, the big one, it's affordable. I mean, you'd be open to actually get started with me today, wouldn't you? Okay, you guys see the difference? Okay. It says don't tell people, ask people guiding questions. Okay. There's a guy on my team named Clay Connor. Who here knows Clay Connor? He does pretty good for himself. Clay, how much would you close last month? Cash collected. 170K. Okay, good. This thing, you're in production. This thing I'm doing right now, I need you to like study this left and right, up and down, and know the shit like the back of your hand. Okay, thank you. He's gonna send us takeaways. Do you know what we're talking about tonight? Question-based selling. By Tom Hopkins. Okay, I'm gonna keep it, I shouldn't have done this, but I'm gonna put you on Front Street a little bit. There's something you do specifically in the close, and even more so when you're handling objections, you do too much telling. You do that, you know that. And you get too combative. And people don't like that shit. And what you have to do is you have to flip it by asking questions so they can arrive to that conclusion themselves. I'm telling you, bro, you do that shit, your ass will be in a fucking Lamborghini before the end of the year. I promise you. Okay, so I want you to watch that. Okay, I'm being nice right now, but this motherfucker be telling people too much, he don't be asking enough questions. Is what gonna be tonight? This will be up tomorrow. Okay. There was a couple people in the room, either in person or virtual, where Clay was trying to fucking combat with you, and you didn't like it. Okay? But we won't say it because he right here still. Okay? So you guys know what I'm talking about. So now here we go. 12 ways to maximize question-based selling. Number 2. This is a recap, but I say ask questions you already know the answer to during your presentation 90% of the time. I'm working with a gym owner and they do all word of mouth, but I know that I can generate countless leads by running Facebook ads, and I can do it overnight. So it sounds like, I just want to make sure I got my notes. It sounds like you guys do a really good job. You guys are like, cool, and I quote, I'm looking at the notes here, you guys are the #1 trainers in all of Memphis, Tennessee. But it sounds like the big thing for you is that you just need more leads. Am I hearing you correctly? Okay, good. They're gonna say yes. Great. So now, and you said right now you're doing about 75K a month. So if I could generate, unlimited leads, and you said you had the capacity to double, you feel like getting to that 150K mark is more than doable. If I could just generate countless leads, endless supply of leads. Is that fair to say? Yes. So now if I could, would you? Okay, you guys see the difference? I already know the answers to all those fucking questions. Do you guys get it? Yeah. You get it? Okay. Okay, here we go. This is how to pre-frame, underline, bold, and crush limiting beliefs. Okay? This is how to enhance understanding. Okay, here is another copy and paste. There's a training, it's called High Ticket Closer Secrets. Once really mastered that, he started doing $300,000 months. It took him a little while to get this. It took him fucking a better part of a year to get this, but it finally clicked. So it says there's 2 keys for high ticket sales. There's 2 keys. One is pre-framing, and the other is crushing limiting beliefs. I'm running over, so I don't want to hold everybody overnight. Pre-framing, definition. Pre-frame is usually part of the frame or setup of an activity or action that is used to anticipate an objection or result that may distract from the objection set in the frame. Pre-framing can be used to inform others how they choose to perceive a product, service, idea. All that's saying is this: pre means before, frame means set up. So now if I was fucking happen to close a deal today. I haven't closed a lot of deals in the last 5 years. Okay. If I said, hey, buy this thing, there's no pre-frame. Okay. If I said, hey, listen, if I give you a scholarship, if I showed you love, some of you guys may see me live today. If I actually helped you out, held your hand, put you in picked you up in the airport on the Lamborghini, and I showed you how to download my systems, like you'd be open to invest in yourself today. So I pre-framed that there's actually going to be an investment if I do these things. So now by the time the guy kicks the link, he already knows there's going to be investment. The opposite would be a bait and switch. The opposite would be a surprise. And that kind of surprise is bad. The opposite would be like an okie doke. Like, what the fuck? I thought this was a scholarship. I pre-framed, okay? Okay. So why am I telling you this big ass story? Because you ask questions you already know the answers to pre-frame. Okay. Here's the next one. Crushing limiting beliefs. There's 2 key elements in high ticket sales. One is pre-framing, the other one is what? Oh, y'all gonna be shy.
Crushing limiting beliefs.
Crushing limiting beliefs. Crushing limiting beliefs. It says crushing limiting beliefs. What's a limiting belief? It's a belief pattern that is untrue. And if you operate on a belief pattern that's not true, you're gonna get what untrue gets you. A whole lot of nothing. Rich people are greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. It's not what you know to you know. Fucking whatever. Okay, those are limiting beliefs. Nobody so Jessica, how's it going living in Boston? Everybody here is fucking stuck up. Everybody here is fucking stuck up? Girl, you stuck up. Stop fucking with me.
I have a question. You have 1 minute.
Okay, hold that for 1 second, Michelle. And then I'll get to that in about 91 seconds. Crushing limiting beliefs and replacing with truth. Abundance. So what I do is, someone will have some sort of limiting belief, and then I'll crush that. Let's just say I'm selling my MTC program where I help fit pros, and I teach them how to set up ads. Well, Mike, that's good, but I'm not a techie guy. I don't even have a Facebook. I don't even I have an old school Android phone, and I got the big. Listen, I totally get that, and that's why we made this product. The truth is that this product was made for a turnkey done by you. You push one button and it's up. And I'm telling you, anybody can do it. Okay, and that's why we made it, for people just like that. In fact, instead of just telling you, let me show you. Boom, case study. I met Mike about 6 months ago, and the truth is that I told him I was not active on Facebook, and he assured me that you don't have to be active on Facebook. They built out the whole thing, and boom, and I made $1 million. Okay, I'm kind of getting off. I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. This is how you drop game. You drop the game, you tell a story, and you provide a case study. Don't forget that. That's worth $1 million. Russell Brunson, I gave him $150K. There's a picture of me and Russell Brunson on that wall. I gave him $150,000 to go visit him in Boise, Idaho, and that's what he told me. The way you drop game is drop the game, tell a story, and provide a case study. Hey, listen, the truth is you don't have to be a techie guy. That's the game. Let me tell you a story about Jessica Jones 6 months ago. And instead of telling you, let me show you, case study. Okay? So when you do that correctly, there's like a big old smoke. It's like boom. And the guy or gal will cognite. They'll be like, fuck, that makes so much sense. So there's like confusion, there's dust in the air, and then you'll see like a little butterfly come out. It's like, that makes so much sense. For real. Okay. It says if you do this right, you will shift your prospect's mindset. We're gonna skip these case studies. Miss Shaw, what you got, love?
So it's pre-framing and obviously crushing those limiting beliefs. Are you using a bit of like helping them to use their imagination as to what is actually like validly possible, but you're creating like that vision and that story of what they could get with this, and framing those questions, you're using a bit of like their imagination to create a story that they want to see?
Yeah, yes, but I do it and I gotta be genuine. We don't lie to motherfuckers.
Yeah, with the authenticity, of course.
Absolutely. So who see me here live on Instagram today? Anybody see me live? Yeah. Okay. Nothing crazy. I'm working with a guy named Albert Preciado. You guys know that name? Anybody know Albert? Yeah. Okay, so I was hanging out with Albert in LA. Albert's an 8-figure earner, and he's like, Mike, you need to do more business to business. He's like, dude, he's like fucking, U-Haul needs your services, fucking Verizon needs your services. He's like, bro, you need to go talk to all these people. I'm like, cool, what are you doing? He's like, I go live every single day. I'm like, fucking, I go live every single day now. So today I was fucking around, I started doing it. So now I closed the guy for a small $5,000. I'm just, sharpening my sword, okay? The guy, he inquired, he hit me on the back and he says, I can't afford it. So if you guys were watching me live, I asked him, I said, what's your goal? He says he wants to get to $100,000, but it's too much money. His goal is to make $100,000 as a business owner. He has an ad agency, marketing agency. His goal is to make $100,000. I'm getting off subject, but he wants to make $100,000 in a month. And I told him the truth. I said, there's no fucking way you're gonna get to $100,000 by shrinking out 5. The universe doesn't work like that. There's called a law of exchange. There's no way I'm gonna make $100,000 if I'm afraid of 5, if I know that thing is good for me and can get me there. So what happened? He's like, fuck, you got me, Mike. And I'm not trying to get nobody. But what did I do? I crushed his limiting belief on $5,000 is a lot of money, and he fucking bought. You understand? Because I just know. Like, what are we talking about? I'm scared to fucking get the Marriott and I want to become a billionaire? It don't work like that. And the data I have, the truth that I have, is that more money is lost, Wise Consulting, more money is lost in a lack of production that can never be saved. You never seen motherfuckers that work at Walmart that save their way to tens of millions. So I know you got to produce. I know you got to skill up. So I know that. So I'm coming to the gun show equipped. So I'm crushing his limiting belief. I'm getting off subject, but y'all get the idea. Okay, this shit crazy, y'all.
That's good.
This shit too easy.
That's good.
Okay, so now here we go. Number three. I'm gonna get everybody up out of here in like 17 minutes, y'all. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so now how do we maximize question-based selling? Okay, there's a thing by Jordan Belfort that I hate, and it's from The Wolf of Wall Street. He says, once you make your offer, sit there quiet, and the first one to speak loses. You guys kind of see that? It's gonna be $5,000, and don't. We'll get Henry to do it. Hey, listen, it's gonna be $400,000 today, and I'm like, and I'm just like waiting. No, don't do that shit. That's not how I was taught. So here's something that I need to give you a case study on later, and I'm gonna give me a marker to myself. And basically, what I do is this. Okay. I don't want the delay in communication. Mrs. Jones, it's gonna be $1,200 for the fitness program. Have you heard enough to make a decision? This is after I did the stack. Mrs. Jones, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this. And what I'm telling you, it's gonna be $1,200 to get you in the best shape of your life. Have you heard enough to make a decision? So now she's gonna pause, because she's like, $1,200 fucking dollars, my husband's gonna kill me. She's gonna pause. I don't want that lag. I want to actually stay on offense. I want to hit quick. I don't even want a second to go by, because once that second goes by, an hour might as well have gone by. Hey, Mrs. Jones, so what we're gonna do the meal plan. Yeah. The next thing you're doing, you're gonna get the fitness app. The next thing we're gonna do the boot camp 3 times a week. The next thing we're gonna do is this, pour in the value, stack it. Okay, my dear, I'm gonna help you lose those 2 dress sizes before August 14th, before your sister's wedding. It's gonna be $1,200. My dear, have you heard enough to make a decision? She's gonna go, as soon as I hear half a second delay, I'm gonna go, Mrs. Jones, let me ask you a question. And I can say anything.
Yeah.
You gotta go watch it. Mrs. Jones, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like I've been open and honest? Okay, good. And then I'm gonna kind of lean into what I know is kind of the unspoken like objection. What? Okay. You know, I got my girl Raj here engaged. Could y'all hear me? Okay, good. Could y'all hear me? Okay. So instead of giving that delay and her talking herself out of it because she's gonna find every fucking reason not to do it, she already needs to lose 2 dress sizes. This guy wants to fucking create his Amazon FBA store, but he hasn't done it yet. This person wants to do A, B, and C. They haven't done it yet. What they're gonna do what the mind does. They're gonna talk their way out of it. So instead of allowing that question-based selling, I'm gonna hit them with a quick question. Mrs. Jones, let me ask you a question. You were pretty serious, right, about losing those 2 dress sizes before your sister's wedding, right? Okay, cool. And you feel like I've been open and honest? Okay, good, perfect. And then you kind of pause there. Was it a lot of money? Okay, that part's the easy part. Okay, like I never lost a deal because of money. If I could put this together for you, that was affordable for you. I mean, you'd rock right now, right? Okay, good. Mrs. Jones, let me ask you a question. You want to pay in full? Most people like to pay in full because you get this benefit. But some people, if they don't have the $1,200 right now, they break it up in installments. And when you break them installments, the only bad part is you have to pay $300 more at the end. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Jones. You want to do like the full, like most people do, or do you want to do the installments? And now she got off of that. If you guys are understanding what I'm fucking throwing down right now, I'm fucking dropping heat right now.
Yeah.
Don't
Process.
I just went back into a question versus they're just sitting there and they're like, you get it?
Speaking.
Ask questions, number 4 out of 12. Ask questions that maintain agreement. More yeses equals more agreement. I'm not gonna get on with the dude who got a Raiders hat on and I'm like, man, fuck the Raiders, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the Patriots. You know? I don't gotta be a Raiders fan. I might be like, damn, Raiders, my bro, damn. So I imagine you're rocking with them before they moved to Vegas. You're probably rocking with them since they've been to Oakland, my brother. Yeah, but you get it? Okay, that's self-explanatory. So I'm asking questions that maintain agreement. Okay,
Yeah.
Woman shows up, you know, I'm like, are you a Muslim? Because I see what you're wearing. Don't do that, okay? Don't ask questions that get you in a corner. I'm gonna give you an illustration down here, right here. Okay, like we're gonna come to this illustration, but I'm a burn the fucking bridge, like hide the kids, hide the children, because we gotta go fuck shit up. I'm all in. I'm 14 hours a day. I'm 7 days. Like I'm a wildcat. Most people aren't like that. Some people just want a part-time job. Some people want to just, pay their mortgage. Some people just want to, have their kids go to, the daycare. Not everyone's going to be crazy like me. So I may say something that gets me in trouble. I'll be like, what's up, bro? Hey, so you want to get fucking rich, huh? And the response or the reality would be like, not really. I just want to take care of my kids. So when you're asking questions, be careful, because you may ask a question that goes down the wrong path. Okay? So that has happened to me. Yeah. But I have about 2-3 more clips right here, ready. Hey, my bro, you want to get rich, huh? Man, I see you, man, with your yellow ass jacket, man. You look like you want to get rich. You like Dave Chappelle. I'm rich, bitch. Am I right? Like, I don't know if Gage told you the right thing, bro. I was very upfront with Gage. All I'm doing is looking for supplemental income. Okay, I got you. Okay, cool. So my thing is, I don't want to get caught in that corner. I have to have a couple different things ready. So I may say, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. Like, there's 2 people that come in. People that want to fucking get rich, fucking make 7 figures, 8 figures. They want the McLarens, they want the mansion with the house. And there's other people that are like, yo, Mike, I just want to take care of my family. I want to make 6 figures. I want my family to be proud. Let me ask you a question. Where do you fall in? My dog. Okay, you want to take care of your family? Absolutely. So just be conscious of that. Because what you got to understand is, I'm here with the prospect. She's here, I'm here, we're talking. fact finding, introduction, presentation, and this guy here I already know all the questions 10 miles out. And I don't want to ask a question that's going to get me stuck in a corner where I actually break reality with the person. Don't assume. Okay, you guys got that?
Yeah.
That leads me to my next thing. Have a follow-up chain of questions. So if I'm going to ask this question, it's like this. It's like the damn Marvel metaverse or whatever the hell it is. So like you feel me? You know what I mean? Low key fucking up the damn timeline type shit, right? So like I'm not planning all my seeds to go down this path. It could become a whole tree, but I don't want to get caught in an alley on a dead end. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna ask a question and there's gonna be this response or this response. But I already got the other response for those two other branches. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah. This shit crazy.
You got ammo. You got ammo.
Right. Ammo, baby. Come on now. Combos, baby. That's a better way of saying it. Okay, so this is just like number 5. It says, have the follow-up chain of questions ready, prepared. Okay, that's why you have to, like, when you become a grandmaster, you're not here with the person. You're there, you're present, but there's this other guy, this other gal that's already like 100 feet out. And all the different alternative universes, I got to answer for all that shit. And I'm just going to ask questions to keep you on that line. Okay. This shit's stupid. Okay.
You got ammo.
You got ammo, baby. Here we go. Ask questions. So there's a 5-step sales process. First step is introduction. Second step is what? Bingo. Third step is what? Presentation. Step number 4 is what? Bingo. And last but not least, the 5th and final step is the close. So now let's talk about the second step, the fact finding. What I do, remember, we're talking about asking questions. So I'm going to go here to this case study, 303 to 320. Okay?
And that's part of like the active listening.
The active listening, absolutely. Yeah. I don't smoke weed, but for some reason I feel like I wish it would have said 420. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, I'm sorry. No, I'm pissed now. I'm freaking pissed. See, if my game was tight, I would have had the exact link. Goodness gracious, I'm pissed now. My bad. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this for the sake of time. So I did my introduction, I did my fact finding. Homegirl gave me a whole thing of notes. I want to grow my gym. I'm running this different offer. This is what's going on. That's what's going on. So now I'm about to move into the presentation. So I'll go, okay, so Dale, it sounds like you got one of the top gyms in the country, or excuse me, in the city. You get crazy results. You have a big name because you've been doing this 15 years. And it sounds like the only thing you need is just more leads. Am I hearing you correctly? What is he or she going to say? They're gonna say, yeah. Right. So what am I still doing? I'm asking questions, but what do I want to do? I want to sell them my marketing services for their gym. So I asked the question to walk them closer to that end zone, and I created an understanding like he gets it, okay? It says guide people to that thing that solves their problem.
So it's like you're collecting information to qualify for them.
Billion. Okay. Guide people to that thing that solves their problem. So once upon a time, my Aria, my middle child, was about to be born. Okay, we only had one baby at the time, just Juliana. Juliana's 13 right now. Okay, and then Aria is 3. She'll be 4 this year. Once upon a time, we went to the dealership, went to Lexus. Okay, my wife didn't want the damn Lamborghini. Anyways, and my problem was our car is too small. We need an SUV now. So it's not about the freaking Bose stereo. It's not about the bulletproof tires. It's not about the upgrades they did from this year and the year prior. My thing is I need a bigger SUV. So it says guide people to that thing that solves their problem. So let's just say my thing was more space. So as I'm going here, I'm gonna start pushing on that thing, that button that he or she needs to solve. You know, the thing about the sit in the back, do you see how spacious it is? I'm 6'1", and look, I can't even kick the seat. That's crazy, right? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I don't know if I told you this, but the RX last year and the RX this year, we actually added 3 inches to the back. So it's actually even bigger than the former RXs. So I'm gonna push on that thing. I'm not talking about a whole lot that's not solving their problem. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Guided communication. Okay, ask questions that make the new opportunity real. Okay, so Russell Brunson, one of my mentors. This is how you create a mass movement. I'm gonna go quick. You have to have a charismatic leader. Okay, whether it's cool people like Jesus Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, okay, whether it's Mike Barron, you have to have a charismatic leader. Okay, I'm gonna make a triangle. At the top of the triangle, it's called a new opportunity. And then to the right, there's a future-based cause. Okay, I'm at the point right now in my career where I'm consulting 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs. That has nothing to do with the academy. Okay, but let's just talk about the academy. Charismatic leader, I ain't all that, but somebody see me on the internet talking shit. They're like, is he Mexican? Is he black? Is he Asian? What the fuck is he? But he do got some fake ass Gucci, so I'm gonna click that shit. New opportunity. We are doing sales. Nobody ever thought sales was dope. It's a new opportunity. So some of you guys, right?
Yeah.
So this is where we fit in. You ever see the Gurus show up? Of course you have. You seen Tony Robbins talking about click the link? You want to change your life? Of course. That's where we fit in. It's a brand new thing. It's called knowledge brokering. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? And it's real.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be the new opportunity. So ask questions that make the new opportunity real. So once upon a time, my new opportunity when I ran ads for Fit Pros, a lot of Fit Pros did not have ads. They were doing traditional Google AdWords, they were doing SEO, they were doing their website. Then it had my brand new Facebook thing in 2017. Mr. James, let me ask you a question. What do you know about Facebook ads? I'm asking a question to highlight that new opportunity. Once COVID happened, I started teaching Fit Pros how to go online and grow their online training business. Hey, Jessica Jones, you got some strong shoulders. You're scaring me here, okay? What do you know about online training? You just I don't know a whole lot about it. Hey, Jennifer Smith, what do you know about high ticket? Do you understand what I'm saying? A new opportunity.
Yeah.
Number 10, turn statements into questions by prompting a response. We already talked about in the 5.2. So I want to say it like this. Listen, dude, Joseph, I'm telling you right now, bro, the number one way, and I'm about to show you the number one way, and the number one way to make money online is through Facebook ads. It's through new opportunities, through high ticket. Let me show you the process. Boom, 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 boom. Do you see how Facebook ads could get the customer that you want in your zip code where you train? Does that make sense? Yeah. So all I do is I ask a question at the end of a statement to prompt a response. And that in itself is a question. Okay, you make the statement. Dude, I'm telling you right now, you said you want to grow, you want to expand, okay? 100%, right? So now with the online platform, you're not local to San Diego, you're not local to Los Angeles. You could train homegirl in Miami, Florida. You could train homeboy in Dallas, Texas, and you want to expand, don't you? Wouldn't you? Okay, you guys got it? Okay. Goodness gracious. Number 11, okay, this is the training in the program, okay? 21 gems I learned from Tom Hopkins to master the art of selling. The top questions you can apply today, tie-down questions. Define as a question at the end of a sentence that demands a yes. That is this right here. You want to make more money, don't you? You want to grow your gym, wouldn't you? Right? If I had a program to actually get you online and help you get more customers and actually deliver and actually get the same results and actually it was affordable, you'd be able to get started, wouldn't you? Okay. So a tie down, these are called tie down questions. What it does is it warrants only a yes, right? So the more yes, the more likelihood of a close. It'd be great, I'm gonna skip all that. Absolutely. You should have said it as a question. My man in the front says, can I make a comment? You should be like, if I had a good question, you'd let me ask a question, wouldn't you? Okay, go ahead. Okay, my bad. My bad. Come on, dog. Shit.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He's cold.
Make the customers say no.
Your friend taught you the customer say no?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, his ass ain't making no fucking money.
making them say no. Like, are you against the idea of an upgrade? Because we do electrical.
Hold on, say it again, say it again.
Like, we make the customers say no. Like, are you against an idea of an upgrade? Can we update your lives? Or
Yeah,
are you
okay.
against it? Like, making it look brighter.
Okay, and they say no, right?
They say no. They're like, no, we're not against the idea. Like, we want to make it.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah.
Kind of like the opposite.
It's kind of the opposite, but it's still going towards agreement. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that works too. Yeah. What do you think about?
No.
Okay. Nah. Okay, so now this one's cold. So these are questions you can apply right now. It's called a porcupine question. Okay, the reason why it's called a porcupine question, because if I threw you a porcupine, instantly you'd be like, what the fuck? You move out the way or you throw it back, right? The technique of answering a question with a question which helps a prospect to take possession. So for example, the prospect asks a question, can we break this up into installments? And you would respond, would you like to break this up in installments? So what happens is when they say yes, they just buy. Yes. It took me fucking an hour and a half just to like impress Mr. Aaron. He didn't like none of this shit except for that last one. Thank you. Shit. Hey Mike, that's a lot of money. You're talking about $15,000 to do my marketing. That's a lot of money. And what is today? Today's the 7th. We just did payroll 3 days ago because it runs on the 3rd. Like, I don't know, man. Like, could you break this up in installments or something? Would you like to break this up in installments or something? When they say yes, they just buy. So when they throw it at me, I just throw it back at them. It's stupid, okay? It's called a porcupine because I want you to visualize somebody throwing a porcupine at you. Naturally, you throw the porcupine right back. Porcupine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now number 12, the last one, but I got one last thing for y'all before I go to damn Lamborghini, okay? And it goes like this. It says, get people to take the good cheese. I had to put in good. I want to be very clear on this. Sales is not about manipulation. It's not about fucking selling product and services that are not good for people, that they're not qualified for. Sales is solving problems and getting paid for solving those problems. Sales is helping people, okay? Helping people make decisions that are good for them. That's what it is. You're guiding them to that decision, okay? So what we got to do, remember this. I'm gonna give you another illustration of this, okay? Here we go, right here. It says, get people to take the cheese, the good cheese, during your guided communication. Make the right turn at each pivotal point. So here's point A, here's point B. Here's the open, I'm Mike, nice to meet you. Here's the close, have you heard enough to make a decision? Here's another illustration of that. Here's point A, I'm Mike, nice to meet you. Here's point B, the close, okay? So I'm gonna give you another illustration. What I'm doing here, you saw the phone call with Hamza, the YouTube recording. I was already placing little pieces of cheese that they would bite on. Okay, what's the cheese? The cheese is that statement that they would agree on. So Mr. Smith, what it sounds like is you're doing okay, but you're doing a little bit of everything and you don't have that much time and you have like little ones you mentioned and you mentioned that you're expecting one on the way. So what it sounds like is you want to like maintain the level of money or even make more, but also make your time back. Am I hearing you correctly? So that would be that cheese. And if I do it right, he's going to say, absolutely. He just took the trap, but it's not a trap because that sounds negative. But I'm asking guided questions to get him to follow that path. Okay, good, perfect. And then another thing it sounds like, the reason why you don't hire, because if you hire a lot of people, you're gonna lose margins and overhead's gonna become expensive. And in your business, margins are a big thing. Am I hearing you correctly? Yes. Good. So one thing that Mike has done, he's hired over 40 people overseas. That's why we have a lot of people that help. We have a lot of support. And we also have people that, don't get paid US dollars because the cost of living is different. I mean, if we could like deploy that into your business, that'd be something you'd be open to, wouldn't you? Do you guys get what the fuck I'm saying? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right.
You're like dieting.
It's so stupid, dude. I'm pissed off right now because all my damn links, man. One day I'm gonna become professional. One day you're gonna see me show up. I'm gonna be like a good Christian young man with no bad words. All my links are gonna work, and most of y'all won't have to pray for me tonight, man. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, so now when I look at this illustration, get people to take the cheese. Because I may go down the wrong path. Dude, you want to get rich, huh? I don't want to say that because I could find myself in a corner. I might have a cheese here and I might have a piece of cheese here. Hey, listen, most people, actually there's two people that come through here. There's the gym owner that's like, I need to dominate, I want to scale. Mike, give me 1,000 leads. Let's freaking go. I got the manpower. I just need more bodies here so I can close the deals. And there's other people that are like, yo, Mike, I just need a steady flow of leads. I'm an independent personal trainer, and if I need clients, I'll turn on the ads. If I don't, I'll turn it off. Let me ask you a question, which one is you? So now they may go to this path. I want to burn the ships, and then I would start going that way. And then that little metaverse thing, the reality of time, and I'll go down the path. Do you guys understand what I'm saying, or I'm tripping y'all out? Who here?
Those questions lead to the close.
Bingo. Who here knows Really? Really does this very well. Really does this very well. Really does this very well.
Asking like guided questions and he actively listens.
But you, and I just know this, and I'm not trying to make you feel good. I know you're incredibly aware and smart. So did you sit down with Really?
Yeah.
So you're probably like, I know this motherfucker's doing. Yeah.
If he was able to sell me, I'd go sit.
Okay. But am I telling you the truth? How you did it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, feeding back to me things that I said that were important and guiding me to that.
Right.
So I was like,
Right.
"Fuck it, let's do it.
Really, he's incredible at sales, but he's not much looking in the face. But don't tell him that. Okay. He looked like a straight folio. Okay, good. So guys, let me wrap up here. I'm super behind, but it's all good. I need everybody's attention for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna ask for a favor. Let me ask you a question. If I give a fucking great mastermind, we're almost done, you guys would be open to the idea of sending me your takeaways on my Instagram, wouldn't you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. They all said yes in person.
See you, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so here we go. Additional gems from 21 things I learned from Tom Hopkins, the Master the Art of Selling. It says you can expedite the sales process if the prospect is ready to buy. Okay, so it says pay attention to the language. You'll notice that sometimes prospects will ask buyer questions. They'll say something like, so really, you can actually, because we have a big thing. So you're saying right now it'll only take a week to actually launch my campaign? That's a buyer question. I haven't closed the deal yet. Okay, so now my damn link is messed up, but this gal here, you can watch the links later. This gal here, she goes like this. She's like, Mike, I really like this. I just want to know how I can get started. I'm pumped up. So if you're paying attention, you'll see that people are ready to buy now and you can expedite it. I can do a demonstration for an hour and a half. I can do a demonstration for 5 minutes, but I'm still going to go through my 5-step sales process. So you have to pay attention to the buyer questions and the mannerism of the prospect, and you'll know that they're ready to buy. All you little motherfuckers on Tinder, you know what I'm talking about. They'll be ready to buy, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. So here's my absolute favorite test close, or excuse me, here's my absolute favorite question that I ask. How does everything sound so far? That's my test close. I do my job, they say great, I know I did my job. So it's time to proceed in the close. Here we go. It says ask reflex questions during the close. This thing is cold. Reflex questions. Okay, reflex questions. If I get the little thing, the little hammer at the doctor's office, and I hit your little freaking knee, little funny boat thing, it's gonna go boop. Okay, so I'm asking questions. They're called reflex questions. Hey, let me ask you a question. I'm sitting down with you. I'm about to close you on the car insurance, whatever. I'm sitting down with you. Okay, I already got to the very end. So we're gonna do this, this, and this, and this. How does everything sound so far? Mike, I like it. Perfect. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you know the date? It immediately prompts you to give me the date. Okay, it prompts you to give me the date. So I'm filling out the paperwork. You guys should study my live closes in the academy. You'll see me close 50K deals, 100K deals. You'll see me close 75K deals back in 2019. Drunk ass caller, everything. Looking like an imbecile. Still look like an imbecile. And you'll see me and I'll go like this. I will fill out the paperwork on the Zoom call, okay? And I'll go, perfect. How do you spell your last name? Oh, it's B-A-R-R-O-N, perfect. And then I go like this. Is it Visa, MasterCard, or American Express?
Yeah.
And it's like, again, we're not manipulating. We're not doing bad shit. There's like so much control through the question. They're like, oh, like right now? And you're like, yeah. It's a reflex question. I'm not saying, give me your credit card. I'm not saying, how do you want to pay? Let me ask you, sir. Okay, cool, we're almost done. Let me ask you a question. Is it Visa, MasterCard, or American Express? And it magically just pops out, Visa. And you know, right? Okay. We gotta play these case studies later. Okay. When somebody asks you a question about your ask, what is your ask, your offer, about your Lexus that you're selling, about your coaching program you're selling for Tony Robbins, about that online training package that you're offering. When they ask you a question about your offer, okay, especially pertaining to buyer words, right? I just talked about that. Simply smile and say, sure. So this is the last thing I'm gonna tell you. I'll go like this. Okay, Jessica, is it Visa, MasterCard, or American Express? She'll go, Visa. I'm like, cool, I'll check the box. And I'll be like, I'm ready. And she'll go, okay, like right now? And I act like I don't know anything. I'll be like, sure, okay. And then they'll get up, they'll go get their purse, they'll go get their wallet, and you just be quiet. And you just do your little happy dance. But not too much until they get off, right? Okay, so what am I talking about here? Okay, next time we meet, it's gonna be on mindset, but today's about sales. Okay, so it says when somebody asks you a question about your ask. So like Mike right now, Mike, I can get on board today, and you're just like, sure. You like put it back on them. They're like inquiring, should they do this? And you know, hey Mike, can I break this up installments? You're like, sure. I do this. I'll go like this. Okay, cool, that's in your inbox. I just need you to authorize the agreement and send it back. They're like, Mike, you mean like sign the contract? And you're just like, sure. It's stupid, okay? It's so stupid, man. It's so stupid. It is so stupid, man. Listen, my time is up. You know, like I said, I haven't talked about sales a whole lot live, okay? But today we did. I was thinking about Clay's ugly ass. I could say that because that's my brother. He'd be loving to talk out people and not with people. He doesn't ask a lot of questions. Some of you guys have experienced that, okay? But what I do want to tell you is that I believe that people mess with me because they're like, they see me like, okay, let me see, is this cat for real or is this cat an actor? Okay, let me, oh shit, he got a kind of little game. Oh fuck, he's a dad. Oh, okay, I see the Lamborghinis, all that, but that's not what attracted me. I think people know that I got some skill. I've been able to become an 8-figure, person. But I think behind that, people are like, I don't know what it is about him because he be trying to act rough and tough. I feel like he's warm inside. He's genuine. He's kind. He's compassionate. I don't know what it is. I resonate with him more than some of the other people. He looked like my crazy cousin Tony that's in prison, but I fuck with him. So I want to let you know, Al, good to see you, fam. I've seen you the whole time. I want to let you know I care. My team cares. I've been rocking with Trey for 4 years, Clay for over 3 years, Kevin for 3 years, John Payne for 9 years, Gage for 10 years, 9 years. Mark, can tell you this, he's my brother. The weirdos, the haters, the funny bunnies, the people that got an agenda, they don't last here. I'm not talking about y'all, I'm talking about my team. Okay, it's gonna be very rare for someone to be rude, disrespectful, not welcoming, it's gonna be rare. If it is, you can hit me on the ones on Facebook. We don't play that shit. I care. It is my passion and purpose to help those often left behind. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I learned how to sell and close deals. That shit turned me into a millionaire. That guy right there, he makes over 70K. That guy right there makes about 50K. All these motherfuckers. Every closer on my team makes well over $250,000, and that's the baseline. That's the bottom. Really, and then they're doing $500,000 as a fucking closer. This shit works. I would say be serious, not curious. Take it serious. Don't go through it once, think you're gonna be really. Go through it, beat on that craft, master it. It's like jiu-jitsu, it's like art, it's like music, it's like whatever. If you want to turn this into art, if you want to help people, if you want to fucking slay and make a shit ton of money, you can do that here. Okay? I'm your guy, I got you. today, tomorrow, and for whatever, as long as you need me, okay?